Just how does this happen? Aviation consultant, engineer, and attorney Paul Hedlund was here yesterday to talk about the crash.
And he joins us again today, maybe to shed some light on the new information we're learning from the NTSB. And today, the thing we learned was that the pilots tried to abort, but the engine was idle. What was going on?
Well, they tried to abort too late. They tried to increase their throttle too late. The stick shaker came on, indicating that the airspeed is decreasing even further after they tried to increase their throttle. The problem is all of these audibles that are being called out by the crew are too late, way too late. At 500 feet, they should be set completely for this landing. At 1,000 feet is really, they're supposed to be stabilized and right on the glide slope. And these people are way, way down. Their speed is way too low, and they can't change it quickly enough.
Mr. Hedlund, you've, of course, as an attorney, have worked for passengers that have been on plane crashes. And when you consider what you look at, you were talking about 3 factors for a plane crash. If we chalk off pilot error as the possibility, number one, what are the other 2?
Well, that's where we get into the nature of the aircraft and the oversight of the airport, things like that. There should be systems that tell the pilot that after he's set his speed, that he's decreasing below that speed. Why isn't there an audible? There's an audible too late from the crew itself. But what about from the aircraft to tell the crew that they're falling way below the speed that they didn't want to go below? Where's that? And
you said they should have been in contact as they were coming in at each elevation.
They should be calling out, but that's another problem of the crew. They're not calling out the altitudes as he's going through. And they should be.
Interesting article in the LA Times this morning about 777s being sort of, a reliable aircraft for any major U.S. airline. Do you foresee, after this NTSB investigation, that the 777 will have to be retooled, or this will have to make changes in terms of the plane itself?
Well, I think that to the extent that all aircraft are deficient in this area, we're going to have to make modifications, because the aim here is to stop this from happening.
Just to be clear, deficient in what area?
In recognizing that the airspeed is degrading below the level set by the pilot for the minimum of, in this aircraft, 137 knots, which is 155.5 miles an hour. He shouldn't go below that. And it didn't tell him that he was below it.
So could it be something as simple as just that audible? Could be the entire changer?
Yeah, that's the one thing that you always know. You might not scan the instruments right, you might not see it, but you hear it. And if there's an audible, it brings your attention right to it, right away, and then you make the change right then.
Attorney, consultant, and aviation engineer Paul Hedlund, thank you again for coming on this weekend, over this holiday weekend. We appreciate talking to you, and we'll be talking to you in the future, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you.